This will be a brief review of how to find an eye chart. I talk to a lot of people about myopia prevention, and what I'm told is, I have a -2, what can I do about it? And things like that. I have a -1 and a quarter diopter of astigmatism. What can I do about it? My answer is, be a little more common sense science in you and start with an eye chart. IC.org, block letters, iChart.pdf. Okay, now I don't encourage people to attempt to get out of it unless they can read the 2060 line as you see here. Okay, now you check to see if that's 1 inch. 2060 is 1 inch. Okay. All the other letters will be proper size. Now here you'd stand back 20 feet and try to read it. That's fine. If you can read it even blurry, both eyes open, that is a big start. If you can't read it, you're probably too deep in to get out of it. Sorry to say, but let's be honest. This is to support two people, Todd Becker and Jake Steiner. I don't care what method you use, but you're going to have to pass the 2060 line with no glasses on. Okay, now, the legal standard to drive a car almost universally is 2040 and 2070. You should check this yourself. So if I'm reading the 2050 line, both eyes open, even though blurry, I have a chance to get out of it. Now, back to the 2060 line. Most people don't put a Snellen on a wall or anything like that. You should, with a bright light on it. Failing that, here is 2060. Let me convert this into a 10-foot chart. The 2060 line must be set for a 1/2 inch. Perfectly reasonable. I may not be able to show that very well, but trust me. That's about a 1/2 inch. Okay, now you can read this from 10 feet and scroll it, have somebody point to the letter so you know which letters you're reading. Personally, on my eye chart, I write the 60 with a big 60, the 40 with a big 40, so I can read which line I'm reading at 20 feet. Now, you say, oh, there's the big E, that's 2200. If you can't read that, you're legally blind. Okay, back to this. Now, I appreciate medicine, but a negative state for the normal or fundamental eye at 2050 is not medicine. It's not a medical problem. All normal eyes do it, and with common sense and use of the plus, in my case, you can get back to 2020, but it does take a year of plus lens wearing, which I'm wearing now. So it really upsets me when somebody says, oh, I have a -2 or even a -3, and they have no idea what they're seeing on their Snellen. And I simply tell them, if you're a -1, read your Snellen. Are you close to 2050? And the next tough place is, no one in medicine will help you get out of it. Period. Absolutely final. Only you get yourself out of it. I've quoted this many times, and that's, of course, the Frank Young study of a plus study, where at 2050, the kids were put in a plus and got pretty much out of it. But the other factor of the Frank Young study is you got to wear the plus through the college years. And if you don't believe that, take a course in statistics, understand what a p-value is, but above all else, Try to stop relying on medical people to do something they're never going to do for you. There's no sense in crying about it or complaining about it. They're not going to do it. So I will post this to you. Again, there is the location of the chart. And, you know, I met a medical or an optometrist who figured this out. And he got his own children to wear the plus. And of course, their refractive state remained positive and they kept their distant vision for life. But he knew what he was doing. And I hope you know what you're doing also. But please don't tell me your prescription number and then ask me to help you. I can't do it. Thank you.